Yo, what's going on, homies? It's your boy Stumped, back for the OPTC video. And in today's video, we have the Pirate Alliance Kizuna Clash versus ZORO Judo, the 6+ ZORO for the 11th anniversary. And in today's video, we'll be going through the 10-star teams to help take down this particular event. If you guys did no summons over on the Kizuna banner. Now, I know a lot of people will be summoning on the 11th anniversary banners, so I will have a separate video out utilizing the 11th anniversary characters on the team. But for today, we're just focusing on using characters that have just been out for a little while. Maybe you're completely cucked on the 11th anniversary and you didn't pull any of the new legends or anything like that. Hopefully these teams help you out, but don't stress. Hit the bell notification. It is Super Boss season, so we have lots of videos out, lots of prep videos, lots of playthrough stuff. With different variations that involve utilizing the anniversary characters, not using the anniversary characters, using the Kizuna rare recruits, and not using the Kizuna rare recruits. So that's the goal today. Now, as you can see, it is a bit of a different one because it's a super boss. You get a lot of skulls. Where are they? We have the ZORO Juro, the Nami, Hancock, and Robin trio, and then we have the new 5+ Jackal Mihawk. So this is one that you definitely want to farm up. You can get 1,000 Kizuna insignias as well, which is very valuable for newer players. So you definitely want to be sort of getting every single thing in every box cleared. And like I said, it is super boss, so it is a little bit easier to do that as well. So let's dive into the 10-star teams. These 10 stars honestly seemed pretty tricky. Oh, something I actually forgot to mention. The new Robin and Jinbei have buffed captain abilities. So if you are running them as a friend captain or your own captain, they will have buffed abilities when using their special as a captain. And then obviously this extra ability. Basically, Robin, if the field is a cerebral territory class, she can remove paralysis by 5 turns and then increase the damage reduction and damage reduction effects by 1. So if you use a 5-turn damage reduction move, it becomes 6. And then Jinbei, again, if you have 5 or more Straw Hat characters, AK characters on the team, you increase the effect of barrier removal by 1. So Robin obviously removes barriers, so she can go from 2-turn to a 3-turn barrier. So something to note there, if you guys are using them as friend captains. In today's video, we're not really prioritizing using them as friend captains, but you definitely can use them as a friend captain if you guys can find them. Otherwise, like, double variations of these teams should work out as well. Looking at the quick variation first, we have a Robin and Jinbei, obviously the recommended characters. Cerebral Powerhouse and Slashes, I believe, are the boosted characters, I believe. No, Free Spirit. On Battle 2, 1 turn of Special Reverse, 6 turns of damage reduction, and 1 turn of attack down. The Special Reverse is on your captain, is on your crewmates, not your captain, so be mindful of that. After defeat, there is 8 turns of attack down that you have to deal with. And then on the final stage, after level 30, because that's what these teams are built for, ZORO has full immunity, blow away stuff, and weak to cerebral characters. 1 turn of Special Reverse on everyone, 3 turns of bottom row blow away, normal attacks only, a territory and intimidation, a slot or barrier for recovery slots, and then 13 turns of despair, which is very annoying. Plus, every orb except tandem will be treated at a 90% reduction. So there's a lot of shit going on here, man. There's a lot of shit. So depending on who you bring as friend captain, if you're running double Shanks, you can just use one of the Shank specials on turn 2, and that should be enough to clear the stage out. Should. I'm hoping. I'm praying. The problem with stage 2 is that you have... Well, actually, no, that's the other variation, right? The stage 2, you have 1 turn of attack down, and then you have the special reverse and the damage reduction. Shanks takes care of the damage reduction, so you're basically sorted there. You run 2 Shankses. Obviously, you're good to go in that regard. You are going to have to remove some attack down, so that's why I have the Koala support on Sabo. She removes 1 turn of attack down, and... Then, like I said, Shanks takes care of the rest. If you are using a Jinbei friend captain, though, you can actually use Jinbei on stage 2. Jinbei is going to remove the damage reduction, and then you don't even have to worry about it at all, and you just basically go from there. If you have Robin as a friend captain, you can obviously use Shanks on this turn still, and he's going to take care of the stage for you. So, double Shanks, you're using a Shanks. If you're using Robin, you're using a Shanks, and if you have Jinbei as a friend captain, you can use the Jinbei there as well. So that's going to work out pretty hunky-dory. As for the final stage, this Sentamara unit basically has a Sailor ability that allows your bottom row to be immune to special, to blow away. So if you have him, he's going to work out like exceptionally well. Bottom row characters will be immune to blow away. However, if you don't have him, you could probably bring something like, and you bring in the new Jinbei character. The new Jinbei character, I believe, allows you to be immune to blow away as well. The captain ability, the buff captain ability, if I remember correctly. But yeah, I think you have to have AK characters, Straw Hats, and stuff for that to work. But if you want to, you can always bring the Giants. The Legend Broly Dory character, they buff Free Spirit and Slashes. So it can work because, like, the new Robin is Free Spirit, the new Jinbei is also Free Spirit, And then you can run a friend captain Shanks and basically just bring this guy as your captain. Or hell, bring him as a friend captain if you want to. But I'd probably bring them as your captain and then bring Shanks on the team still. So you're still running 2 Shankses. And that's just going to be a means to blow away. As for the attack down, we're using the Roger special. Roger's also a super tandem ability, which works exceptionally well alongside Shanks. He also goes into the Shanks' EX, so it works out nicely. To remove the Despair, we have the Luffy unit. Luffy's also our attack booster for this particular team, I believe, if I remember correctly. And he gives 1 turn of cooldown to the entire team as well, which is very, very important. You can have the Brûlé support on him, so that way he gets the cooldown. You use the special, you get the cooldowns that way. To remove the territory, we're using Sabo. Sabo's territory removal is very, very nice. It's basically the only reason he's on the team here. And from there, we're pretty much just good to go. So if you have a second Shanks, though, the second Shanks is going to remove the barrier. And then you want to use the Luffy special after that, so you get the full board of tandem orbs to bypass that very annoying attack down with certain orbs. If you're using Robin as a friend captain, then you're using the Robin special here. She's also going to remove the barrier too, which is very, very nice. And then you just use the Luffy special after that to get the tandem orbs. You're not even really using the Sentomaru special at all. Like, honestly, like the Sentomaru is literally doing absolutely nothing for the team, besides having that blow away immunity, which can work out pretty nice. And then obviously, like I said, if you're using Jinbei as a friend captain, then you're using the Shank special in this final stage as well. Again, making sure that you're using Luffy after that, so you still get the tandem orbs there too. So very nice, should work out. It's just a bit of a bitch, honestly, without some of these characters, man. Like, there's a lot of stuff going on the 10 star. Ironically, the 10 star seems a little bit harder than the 15 star this time around, which is just so bizarre. On to the next variation, which is the infight. The in variation, Robin and Jinbei are the boosted characters. Free Spirits, Cerebral, and Slashes, maybe? I think this one's Slashes. Yeah, Slashes. Get all the good stuff. On Battle 2, there is a Psi Orbit barrier for 2 turns, and then you get a full board of unfavorable orbs, and then all type orbs become unfavorable, which is very, very annoying. On the final stage, Zoro has all the blow away immunity and immunity himself. 1 turn of special reverse, 7 turns of bind on your left-hand column, normal attacks only, a territory, a tap timing bonus, a barrier, despair, full board of block orbs, damage reduction, 6 turns of attack down, and if you use any slot change, which you're going to have to because it's fucking block orbs, you're going to take 11 turns of paralysis. so shit. So this is the team that we're rocking. As you can see, we have a lot of supports here for some paralysis removal. I'm also utilizing the Whale Shark ship, but another ship you guys can run is the Oro Jackson if you really need some paralysis removal. It does say 11 turns, but I'm thinking that maybe it goes down to 10, like it becomes 11, and then like that's because that's like an interrupt. But if it's 11 turns, like you're definitely going to need a ship to help you out there, because there's just so much shit going on, man. Like, so much shit. As for turn 2, what we're doing here is we're going to use the swap and special of Robin and Koala. Robin and Koala can give you 3 turns of an orb buff. They give you a color affinity buff too. The problem here is that you have the unfavorable orbs. All your orbs will be treated as unfavorable. So it's going to be a little bit tricky trying to get past that. So I'm hoping that literally just with the Robin and Koala swap and special, we can sort of bypass that. But it's just going to be a bit of a bitch, because literally every single orb will be treated as unfavorable slots, which is just super, super frustrating. However, if you have Robin as a friend captain, you actually get the EX of Sabo, so you could definitely use that to your advantage, and you could just sort of bypass that with tandem orbs. So if you're using Robin as a friend captain, you can basically bypass this because you get the Sabo EX. You can also just use the Robin special to bypass that barrier too. But if you can't find Robin as a friend captain, I wouldn't recommend running double Shanks here. This is where you want to bring a Luffy Zoro Sanji friend captain. Luffy Zoro Sanji is going to buff everyone on this team besides Sabo, which is, look, not the end of the world. They're obviously not Cerebral too. But because we have 2 Straw Hat characters on the team and Shanks, we got their EX. So that way we can actually utilize the EX ability, get the full bot of 10 mobs with that, and then because we have a Luffy character, we get the Sabo EX on the final stage. So then that's definitely going to help us pass that particular stage. Fortunately, it means that you just can't use a Jinbei. Like, Jinbei really doesn't do anything to help us out here. Like, you can use him on the final stage to remove the attack down, I guess, but like, he's not providing anything besides a territory, which is not going to help us out when it comes to getting some sort of orb that isn't tandem. So, and with the paralysis, stuff like that, it's pretty annoying. But if you bring Luffy Zoro Sanji as a friend captain, you can replace Chopper. But then again, if you find a Robin friend captain, then you are going to be stuck with the very annoying despair and paralysis and stuff like that. So for the final stage, we have the carrier of the orb buff from Robin and Koala. Robin and Koala's orb buff is for Cerebrals, so that does affect Shanks and Chopper. Shanks can then remove the damage reduction if you are using Shanks on the previous turn to, where is it? here. If you're using Shanks to bypass the slot orb barrier, then obviously you're not going to have the damage reduction removal for this final stage, which could be a bit of a problem now that I'm looking at the team. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji don't remove damage reduction. I guess you could bring a Nami as a friend captain instead. Nami as a friend captain probably work a little bit better now that I'm like fully looking at the team. So that way, instead of Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, so then that way you can just use the Nami special, and then you'll get the Nami special back. And she also gives you tandem orbs, which is really, really good. So, and then she also removes damage reduction too. But besides that, oh, just Sabo removes damage reduction? No, I'm looking at it. Do you remove damage reduction? No, you don't. So if you bring Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, like you might be in for a rough time. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji don't give any like matching orb stuff. But what you want to do here is on the final stage is use the the Roger special. He's actually immune to special reverse. So he's going to get the orb rotation. It's then going to trigger the paralysis, which then triggers Nami to give you the 110 of cooldown. So then that works out pretty hunky-dory there. Once you've done that, you can use Chopper to remove some despair. You have the support of Morley on Sabo to remove attack down and despair as well. Chopper's removing the paralysis, the despair, and the attack down, so you're pretty much covered there. With the Bardo support, we have the lime juice support as well. Actually, no, you're not using Shanks on stage 2. Yeah, so you have the damage reduction removal with Shanks there. So I'm a smackhead. So yeah, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji will work absolutely fine. And then you can use the Sabo EX and the Sabo special to take care of the... what's it called? Well, use Sabo EX if you're using Luffy, Zoro, Sanji on stage 2, and then use the Zoro, Sanji, Luffy, Zoro, Sanji to... oh no, that's not going to work because you need the tandem mobs. Yeah, you got to make sure you use that after anyway. So use Luffy, Zoro, Sanji stage 2, and then use the Sabo EX on turn. What's it called? Turn 3. You don't need the EX of Shanks because you've got everything else you need here. Luffy, Zoro, Sanji is going to give you an attack boost too, which is really, really good, and then this should pretty much cover you through. So as I mentioned, like these two fights, they're a little bit hard to be honest. They're quite challenging compared to the Super Boss. The Super Boss seems a little bit easier to build for. But this is what we're rocking with if you guys don't have any of the New Year's characters. Like I said, stay tuned. We will put out some videos for New Year's characters and then obviously with the Kizuna rare recruits. And we'll obviously do playthroughs for all of these as well. So stay tuned to the channel, hit the bell notification, do all that fun stuff. But most importantly, wherever you guys are in this beautiful world, please remember to enjoy the rest of your day. As always, homies, thank you for watching and I'll catch you on the next one. Let's...